Hello, welcome to day 2 of our marathon. So please refer to yesterday's video and do the exercise portion of that video and then continue on to the exercise portion of this video. Like I said yesterday, at the end of the week, I'm going to be sending you a video of the full routine. But in the meantime, just bear with me as we're walking through each day, breaking the routine up into sections. It's really basic. These are basic exercises. It's not difficult. They're simple, but it's really important that they're done correctly because that is what's going to give you the best results. So let's get going. Okay, so just like yesterday, we're going to start with the breathing. So we're taking 3 really deep breaths in and deep breaths out through our noses, and we're going to grow with each breath. And when we breathe out, we're not going to shrink back down with the breath. We're going to stay tall. So we're getting taller and taller and taller. So we want to be sitting as straight as we can. And here we go. We're going to start the breathing. In again, growing with the breath. Staying tall, imagining someone's pulling you from the top of your head upwards, so it's elongating your spine. In we go. Beautiful. Okay, so let's start with the first exercise now that we're sitting nice and tall. So we're working with our shoulders. We're going to do one shoulder at a time, rolling it backwards. Okay, so sitting nice and tall. We're going to do 7 times each. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There we go, still sitting tall. Now, if your range of motion is really small, it's okay. It's going to get better. All you need to do is just have a consistent effort and you will see that you start becoming more flexible. So do whatever range of motion is comfortable enough for you at the time, at the moment, and we will keep working at it. Okay, so here we go with our second shoulder. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, now we're going to switch directions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And the other one? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so now we're doing both shoulders at the same time, going backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Making sure you're still sitting nice and tall, like someone's pulling you up from the top of your head to the ceiling, so your spine is nice and long. Now we're going to go forward with both. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is taking our heads to the side. Now, we want to remember that it's not just over to the side, it's up and to the side, almost like a little rainbow. Up and to the side each time, because this is creating the length in the spine each time. Okay, so we're going to start on this side. We're going to use our hands, place one on this side of your head, one on this shoulder, and it just helps to add a tiny bit of stretch. Don't push, but just have that a little bit of a direction and a little bit more stretch, and that'll be enough. Don't do this more than you can handle. Make sure it's still really comfortable, okay? So we're gonna go like this, and we're going that way. So up and over. And now we're just gonna do little nods. Just really as small as they need to be for you to be comfortable. Up and down, and then the other side. Up and over, like a little rainbow. And then some little nods. You should be able to feel things kind of opening up. Really, really gentle. Keep breathing. Letting go, and a little rainbow back to the center. Then we're going to just wiggle everything around a little bit. Then we're going to put our heads forward. So we're going to hold our heads from the back and gently, with a little bit of a push, but not very much, we're going to go up and forward, okay? So up and forward. And then we can just do little nods back and forth like this. Really gentle. That feels so good in the upper back, into the neck. And then up and back. Do whatever you need to do to sort of like recalibrate. And then we're going to put our head back. This can be tricky for people if you've ever had any sort of neck problems. So keep this one as small as it needs to be, okay? So we're going to put our hands here, kind of just pulling down, pushing in and pulling down a little bit on our chests, and then up and back. Little movement here. Okay, so we'll finish with some more breathing. Grow with the breath. Grow again. Grow one more time. There we go. That's it. That was day 2. So go back to yesterday's video, do the exercise portion, add it to this one. Now, the breathing that we did at the beginning of day 2, you don't have to repeat that if you're starting with day 1 and going right into day 2. So just one breathing exercise to start and then one breathing exercise to finish. You don't have to punctuate each day with more breathing when you're doing it as a routine. So my tip of the day for today, fish oil, or any source, if you're vegan, then any vegan source of omega-3 fatty acids. We need those so much for not just our skin, but actually every other part of our body, for our joints, for our brains, memory. It's amazing. Omega-3 fatty acids are a little bit difficult to get through our food. So taking a supplement is very, very important. So if you take them in capsules or the little soft gels, and you have any sort of like gastro issues of it kind of repeating on you when you have that fishy taste in your mouth, freeze the soft gels. Take it frozen. It will make a huge difference. So I would recommend having 2 soft gels a day, and add that to your routine. So yesterday we talked about drinking lots of water. Today, add the fish oil or the vegan source omega-3 fatty acids. That will make a huge difference for your skin. if you are going to be using the fish oil as opposed to the vegan source, make sure you're using a really, really pure brand. You want to make sure that it's coming, the oil is coming from small fish. There's less likelihood that there's going to be heavy metals in the fish. And I would recommend a brand like Nutricy. That's what I carry here in my treatment room. But there are other really good brands too. I think Nordic Naturals is also a really good brand. I like Nutricy because they're third-party tested, so you can be sure that it's as pure as you can get. So if you need to, you can pause any of these videos. Make sure you're doing everything right. Make sure it feels good. And if you need to slow down and do any of the moves a little bit more, for a little bit longer, just pause me and then do it as long as you need to make it feel really good for your body, okay? So I will see you tomorrow for day 3. See you then.